Okay. All right, guys. So much has been going on lately. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the channel hitting 1,000 subscribers. Now, this is just beyond exciting for me. I can't believe that, you know, I've gotten that many subscribers so far. I think it's only been a little over a year. So that's pretty good growth for most channels. But I just got to thank you guys for, you know, sticking with me. Apparently you guys think that there's something entertaining going on here, but yeah, I was going to do a sort of a 1,000 subscriber video, and you know, I was gonna take the S10 out, try and do like a burnout or do some launches in it, because in the last video you guys saw that I got it running and driving. Oh shit. So I had it all planned. I was gonna take the truck over to, you know, some private property or whatever, and try and do some burnouts and do some launches and stuff like that. But I came out to start that video, and that's when I found a big old puddle of ATF and oil under the truck. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, things aren't looking so good for the S10. And I'll just show you what's going on with that right now. So got the transmission out, and where it was leaking was from the bottom two bolts here on the pump. These bottom two were leaking out. Let's see here. This is the bell housing that was on it. And when I got the transmission, I got it used from a guy. So this isn't like a huge performance problem or nothing. But yeah, when I bought it from the guy, I asked him, you know, does it need resealed or anything like that? And he's like, no, it's a fresh rebuild. But I'm pretty sure that when Hughes gave them the transmission back, the bell housing wasn't on it, because when I took it off, there's a little bit of remnants of silicone on here. Like it was siliconed on once before, and then it was taken off and just quickly bolted back on. And I had checked these bolts. They were all tight. Now I should have probably went with my better judgment and just went through and checked all this stuff before I put it in the truck, but you know, we all get excited and start throwing parts on. But what I found through some YouTubing and stuff is that these bell housings are supposed to have O-rings right here on each of these bolt holes. You can see like a little groove there for an O-ring to sit in, but most of these are filled up with silicone. So like they didn't have O-rings for it, and they just smeared it with silicone and put it on. But I don't think they resealed it after the rebuild. They just bolted it on and then sold it. So I told the story before of this trans, and basically what it was a backup trans for a car, and they had this in the car. They pulled it out, had it refreshed for the next year. Guy wrecked his car, got out of racing, sold everything. So this trans is freshly rebuilt, but I don't think that they resealed that bell housing when they put it on. They just hurried and bolted it on to sell it. So I'm gonna have to find O-rings for this bell housing. Hopefully I don't have to special order them. I could probably just go down to a hardware store, find something that matches, or worst case scenario, do what they did and just do a thin coat of silicone right there, and we should be good to go on that. I think I'm gonna replace the torque converter seal and the output shaft seal too while I'm at it. Might as well. And then the second big thing that's happened lately is this. I got a new job. So I basically went from wrenching every day to a sales job. So now my entire tool collection is in my garage. As you can tell, it's rather large. It's taking up a little bit of space. I wasn't really planning on this, but you know, things happen. But it is awesome because I am going to have all of my tools here at the house now. No more coming home from work, forgetting something. And keep in mind, I was 45 minutes away from work. So if I got home at night and forgot my puller or something specialty that I needed to do what I wanted to do that night, you know, I had to wait till the next day and hopefully remember it again. So this is gonna be awesome having all my tools here in the garage. Hopefully we'll speed up the build, hopefully, you know, get a lot more done in a timely manner. But I've also, I went and got a lot of stuff from storage also, like my press, my grinder, my bandsaw, and then I also purchased this. It was my birthday last week, so I bought this little welding table. It's a clutch. I got it from northerntool.com. It was like 170 bucks. I mean, it's little, 2x3, but it came with all these clamps and fixtures and stuff. So I figured for 160 bucks, it's a really good starter. And then when I get more into fabrication, I can get maybe a little bit bigger and better weld table from like weldtables.com or something. But for now, this is gonna be great. I don't have a whole lot of room in here. As you can tell, it's starting to fill up pretty quick with, you know, all of my tools and my toolbox now and equipment and everything that I need to kind of turn this garage into more of a shop, I guess you could say. I want to do a lot more future builds and projects. This is definitely a better situation than I was in my last house. And then back on to the S10, it is also leaking oil from the front crank seal. I think I'm gonna start tearing the front of this engine apart so that I can replace it. For some reason, it's leaking like a son of a, yeah, it's leaking pretty bad. So I'll have to take it apart. Maybe there's a groove in the pulley that I didn't notice, but we'll get it apart and see what's wrong with it. All right, so I changed my hat because I know I'm gonna sweat profusely. I don't want to ruin that hat. So I'm gonna put you guys on a time lapse because I've got the cooler going and I want to play some music while I tear this thing apart. So here is the time lapse now. All right, so that literally took no time at all. Front end of this truck comes apart pretty easily. Pulled the radiator out, get access to the crank bolt. I'm hoping that I don't need to like align the front cover or anything, so I don't have to take the water pump and everything off, but if I have to, I will. Because the front cover alignment is pretty critical. It can be off one way or the other, and that could cause the front seal to leak. But I've never had a problem with that. I've always got the damper started before I cinched up the front cover bolts, and that's what I did on this one. Basically just get the damper in there, that kind of centers the cover, and then go around and tighten all the bolts. But when we get it apart, we'll see. I'm using this style of crank pulley puller. I believe I got it off of Amazon. This is the best design that I've had. A bunch of different companies sell it, but it's this style. It comes with all these like rods inside that go into the crank, because usually you don't have anything to push off of the crank. So it comes with these bars, which make it really easy to use. And in all my experience, this is the best style. So it's got these three little tangs. I think it's advertised as a Chrysler puller, but it works really good on these LS's. And this just goes in here, which goes deep into the crank and pushes on the inside of the crank so that you're not damaging any of the threads for the bolt. It's my favorite puller to use on these cranks. You can use these style of 3-jaw pullers, but you always have to find something to stick in the end of the crank to push off of. And usually end up damaging the threads or the end of the crank using that. So I like this one. Like I said, I think I got it off Amazon. I'll try and find one like it on Amazon and put the link in the description below. That's simple. Bit of a groove, but nothing major. Can't really see. I don't really see any reason it wouldn't seal other than it's pretty stiff for a brand new seal. It's pretty hard. I don't know, maybe it's just a cheap seal. I don't remember where I got it from. Well, we might have to try and realign the front cover just to make sure that there's no other issues. I really don't want to take the water pump off. Alright, so I got the front cover off. Got it all off. Cleaned up, ready to go back on. I got my got a little thin bead of silicone down there in the corners, and then I also like doing just a little skim coat on the bottom of this cover when I'm going back together. So gonna get that back on. I'll leave the bolts loose, and then I'll get the damper started so that kind of centers it on the seal, and then go from there, tighten everything up. All right. Cover's on, just loosely bolted. All the bolts are in, just none of them are tight yet. I'm gonna put the balancer on, but it's important that when you're putting these balancers on that you're not just running them on with the bolt. I've got this installer that I made. Basically it's just a piece of threaded rod with a bearing and some spacers. So I'm gonna use that to put the pulley on, to put the damper on, and get it started in the seal so that we can tighten up the cover. That's to spec. So now I'm going to turn it over just to roll the crank around in the seal. Make sure it's good and centered. Now tighten up the cover bolts. So there you have it. Got the damper all the way on. I'm just going to go around and tighten all the cover bolts to spec, 2 Ugga-Duggas, and should be good to go. All right, just like that, got the front end all back together, water pump on, radiator in, hoses hooked up, and hopefully that's good to go. All right guys, that about does it for me today. We got the engine oil leak hopefully taken care of, fingers crossed. The transmission, that's probably gonna have to be in another video. I got to figure out, you know, O-rings and what I need to do. Plus, I actually forgot to mention this earlier, and I noticed it just barely again. This bell housing is actually cracked right here. So I don't think that was really causing the leak. It may have been contributing to it. I'm probably gonna have to find someone that can weld this up for me so that I don't have to buy a new one, because it's really not in the budget to be buying a new bell housing. So hopefully I can get that one fixed to where I can just use it. All right guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.